90% of the world's population have access to the type of infrastructure that we think should give them safe water. But in reality, we still have 2.1 billion who don't have access to safe drinking water.
These systems are impacted by rain events. There can be latrines close to the source, or the infrastructure itself can have integrity problems.
In rural Bangladesh, almost 40% of the students, they're drinking actually contaminated water in school. And also the same as the clinics, the patients are coming for some other diseases, but they're having waterborne diseases, drinking water from the clinic.
The challenge here is that these systems aren't managed. The infrastructure is there, but there's not enough management to make sure the water coming from them is safe and is consistently safe. And so we've worked closely with governments, with professional service providers, to look at their activities, to look at what decisions they can take, and how do we make sure that the water safety data is matched to what they need to make change.
The most exciting work and findings that have come out of our drinking water safety research has been through partnerships. Two key ones are FundiFix in Kenya and the Safe Pani program in Bangladesh. These professionalized service providers are really game changers in the rural water space. They open doors for this stuff to be sustainable and supportable.
Safe Pani is a great model designed by REACH program. Previously, all the responsibilities of repairing breakdowns remains with the institutions or the users. When there is a service provider working and the provider has a responsibility to monitor those water systems and quality, safe water is ensuring very quickly and sustainably. There is a 7 years program coming out with the government funding of 50%. So this is a very rare steps of the government and grabbing the concept very quickly in only in 2 years. So I hope that within a few years, the government of Bangladesh will expand the model to all over Bangladesh.
One of the pieces of work that we did recently was looking at how a very simple change in the way you take a sample has a dramatic impact on how you can interpret the results. Depending on if you do it one way or the other, it tells you where the likely source of the contamination is coming from, and that's really important to know so that you know where to make a change. Together with Uptime Global, we've designed a results-based funding framework that uses all of that effort that goes into assessing the risk and then uses that to demonstrate to investors that their money is having the impact they want in terms of delivering safe drinking water.
Fit-for-purpose labs have really been at the center of a lot of achievements that we've been able to realize through the REACH program. When we began working with Helvetis in 2017 on the water quality piece, REACH helped us to really make the case for including water quality into the program. What we learned right away from the monitoring that took place is that more than 90% of taps were contaminated with fecal contamination. So this initial laboratory led to some studies examining source protection measures, and most significantly, the addition of chlorine disinfection to pipe supplies. So at the tap now, we're seeing more than 90% of taps with the appropriate level of chlorination, ensuring microbial safety.
We are always complaining about the gaps between policy and practice, between researchers and whatever. A lot of times we make policy without really knowing whether what we are basing it on is actually going to work. REACH's program has actually provided us the data and the baseline to help us improve policies or establish policies where there are none.